Matujima and you're watching Morning Pulse on Hornbill TV. Prime Minister Narendra Modi greeted and interacted with members of Indian diaspora upon his arrival at a hotel in Brasilia on Monday local time. Members of Indian community carrying Indian flags had gathered outside the hotel to welcome PM Modi. PM Modi also interacted with children who came to welcome him. PM Modi witnessed a cultural performance upon arrival at the hotel in Brasilia. He appreciated the artists and interacted with them after their performances ended. PM Modi also witnessed a spiritual performance at the hotel. He also took a picture with the artists who performed to welcome him at the hotel. PM Modi appreciated the artists who performed a traditional Brazilian samba reggae performance to welcome him. He arrived in Brasilia after attending the BRICS summit in Rio de Janeiro for July 6 to 7. PM Modi travelled to Brazil at the invitation of Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. During his visit, PM Modi will hold bilateral discussions with Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva on broadening the strategic partnership between the two nations in area of mutual interest, including trade, defense, energy, space, technology, agriculture, health and people-to-people linkages, according to Ministry of External Affairs statement. Earlier, PM Modi along with other BRICS leaders, partners and outreach invitees gathered for the traditional family photo at the 17th BRICS summit in Rio de Janeiro. PM Modi arrived in Brazil on Saturday local time after concluding his visit to Argentina, where he held a bilateral meeting with Argentine President Javier Milei. After Brazil, PM Modi will head to Namibia on July 9 and also address his parliament. Russian Transport Minister Roman Sotovoit was found dead near Moscow on Monday, just hours after President Vladimir Putin fired him following massive disruptions of Russian civil and airspace caused by Ukrainian drone raids. According to Russian media reports, a gun was found near Sotovoit's body. Reports also claim that he died in an apparent suicide. However, no official information on the cause of death has been released at this time. Earlier on Monday, the Kremlin provided no specific details or reasons for the dismissal of Starovoit, who had served as the governor of Russia's Kursk region before being reappointed transport minister in May 2024. However, his firing came after almost 300 flights were grounded at major airports over the past weekend due to the latest Ukrainian drone raid. On Saturday and Sunday, 485 flights ended up getting cancelled, according to Russian Federal Aviation Agency Rosaviasiva. US President Donald Trump will sign an executive order delaying his July 9 tariff deadline to August 1. The White House announced on Monday local time while addressing a press briefing on Monday local time. Levy had stated that 12 other nations in addition to South Korea and Japan will receive letters and notifications regarding tariffs from Trump. She recalled how she had announced that Trump was going to create tailor-made trade plans for each nation. She stated that the Trump administration wants to have the best deals for American people. When asked why Trump decided to delay the tariffs originally scheduled to take effect on July 9 and whether other U.S. trading partners will receive letters on tariffs apart from Japan and South Korea, Levy responded and confirmed. She said that she have those letters and signed letters that went out to both South Korea and Japan today. There will be approximately 12 other countries that will receive notifications and letters directly from the President of the United States. Trump announced on Monday that his administration would impose a 25% tariff on imports from South Korea and Japan effective August 1 as part of a series of letters being sent to foreign nations, the Hill reported. Trump has shared details regarding expected tariff rates in letters to the South Korean President and the Japanese Prime Minister. He shared details regarding tariff on his social media platform Truth Social as well. Previously, Trump indicated that he would send letters to several nations on Monday.
Sure, yes, I can confirm. In fact, I have those letters. If you could get me the folder with the letters in them, Liz, they're right in the previous office. I have the signed letters that went out to both South Korea and Japan today, and there will be approximately 12 other countries that will receive notifications and letters directly from the President of the United States. And weeks ago, I stood at this podium and I told all of you that the President was going to create tailor-made trade plans for each and every country on this planet. And that's what this administration continues to be focused on. The President will also sign an executive order today delaying the July 9th deadline to August 1st. So the reciprocal tariff rate or these new rates that will be provided in this correspondence to these foreign leaders will be going out the door within the next month, or deals will be made. And those countries continue to negotiate with the United States. We've seen a lot of positive developments in the right direction, but the administration, the President and his trade team want to cut the best deals for the American people and the American worker. That's what they're focused on. And in the effort of transparency, these letters will continue to be posted to Truth Social, so you can enjoy them yourself. Go ahead.
The death toll from the catastrophic floods that swept across Texas during the July 4th holiday has risen to at least 95, according to state authorities. Rescue teams continue to search for victims, particularly in the flood-ravaged Hill Country region, as the risk of further flooding remains high in central parts of the state. According to a report, that emergency crews are working around the clock to locate missing persons and access damage across several counties. Officials warned on Monday that the death toll is expected to rise as more areas are accessed and search efforts continue. The devastating weather event has triggered widespread concern and prompted emergency declarations in multiple regions, with meteorologists cautioning that additional rainfall could worsen conditions in the coming days. First responders carry out search and rescue operations near the Kudal River after a flash flood swept through the area. A Texas Department of Public Safety trooper and Kerr County Sheriff's Deputy Assistant, a rescue diver out of the water at a search and rescue site along the Kudal River. A rescue helicopter flies above a search and rescue site along the river after a flash flood. US President Donald Trump on Monday repeated his claims that he stopped the war between India and Pakistan by telling his administration officials to cancel all deals with the two countries, after which they agreed to stop the fighting. Trump again repeated his claim that he stopped the war between India and Pakistan, which he claimed could have turned nuclear, after he told the countries that Washington would not trade with Delhi and Islamabad. However, India has been consistently maintaining that the understanding of cessation of hostilities with Pakistan was reached following direct talks between the Directors General of Military Operations, DGMOs, of the two militaries.
So look, we did a job with India and Pakistan and Serbia, Kosovo, and Rwanda and the Congo, and this was all over the list. 3 weeks or so, Marco, right? We did, and others that were ready to fight, and we stopped a lot of fights. I think a very big one, frankly, a very, very big one was India and Pakistan, and we stopped that over trade. We're dealing with India and we're dealing with Pakistan, and we say we're not going to be dealing with you at all if you're going to fight. And they were maybe at a nuclear stage. They're both, nuclear powers, and I think stopping that was very important. We're trying to help out with a Biden-created monster, this whole thing that's happening with Russia and Ukraine. It's a horrible thing, and I'm not happy with President Putin at all. But this is something that would have never happened if I were president. This was a war that was never going to happen. Go ahead, Brian.
Prominent businessman Sanjay Verma was shot dead by 3 unidentified assailants in Abohar and the Punjab's Fazilka district on Monday. Deputy Inspector General of Firozpur Range Hornbill Gill said the police are investigating the murder from multiple angles. DIG Gill also revealed that a social media post has surfaced in which someone has claimed responsibility for the killing. An FIR has been registered with the murder charges against unknown persons, and further investigations are underway.
ये मिस्टर संजय हैं जी, जो वियरवेल यहाँ का शोरूम है कपड़े का, उसके व्यापारी हैं। तो आज सुबह जो है करीब 10 बजे इन पे फायरिंग की गई और अनफॉर्चुनेटली इनकी डेथ हो गई। और उसमें हम वर्कआउट कर रहे हैं डिफरेंट एंगल से। सो वी हैव बड़ी अच्छी हैं हमारे पास लीड्स आ गई हैं, और जो भी इसमें क्रिमिनल्स इन्वॉल्व है उन्हें बख्शा नहीं जाएगा और जल्द उसको ट्रेस कर लिया जाएगा। गन शॉट्स जो यहाँ पे हमें अभी खोल मिले हैं वो 4 हैं, 2 डिफरेंट बोर्स के हैं। बाकी रेस्ट हम उस पर सारा वर्कआउट कर रहे हैं कि क्या कौन कौन इसमें इन्वॉल्व है, कितने आदमी इन्वॉल्व हैं और इसका जो है मोडस ऑपरेंडी क्या थी, वो सारा वर्कआउट करके और इसको जल्दी हम क्लियर कर देंगे। हाँ, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी तो किसी ने पोस्ट डालकर ली है, लेकिन वो देख लेंगे कि इन्वेस्टिगेशन को कहीं गुमराह करने के लिए तो नहीं है, तो क्योंकि ऐसा होता रहता है, लेकिन इसको डेफिनेटली बहुत जल्द क्लियर कर देंगे। ऐसी कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन इन्होंने लोकल पुलिस को कभी नहीं दी, कोई थ्रेट वगैरह की या कोई धमकी वगैरह की। लेकिन अभी देखो, अभी फैमिली मेंबर से मिलेंगे और उनसे अच्छी तरह पूछ के अगर वो कोई चीज बताएंगे उसको भी वर्कआउट कर लेंगे। डेफिनेटली ऐसी जो वारदात होती है उसमें पहले आदमी को तो आइडेंटिफाई करते ही हैं, तो इसको भी सारा क्लियर करेंगे, सारी एंगल पे हम वर्कआउट कर रहे हैं। तो फिलहाल तो जो इनिशियली तो 3 आदमी मोटरसाइकिल पे थे, नेक्स्ट उसके पीछे कितनी इन्वॉल्वमेंट है वो हमारा जो है इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रही है। सो वी हैव लीड्स इनटू इट। हाँ, हमें पास आई है, सीसीटीवी फुटेज आई है और भी काफी मटेरियल हमारे पास है जो हमें।
President Donald Trump said on Monday night local time that the U.S. is close to reaching a trade deal with India, even as he announced tariffs on 14 nations. While speaking to reporters as he hosted Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House on Monday, local time, Trump stated that the U.S. had made a deal with the UK and China. He stated that he had sent a letter to the nations that he believed would not make a deal with the U.S. His remarks came after he announced new tariffs for 14 nations including Thailand, Myanmar, Bangladesh, South Korea and Japan that will take effect on August 1. Earlier, Trump shared letters sent by his administration to 14 countries on his social media platform, Truth Social, informing them of the reciprocal tariffs that will take effect from August 1. Trump first shared the letters sent to Japan's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba and South Korea's President Lee Jae-myung. Around 2 hours later, he announced similar letters were sent to Malaysia, Kazakhstan, South Africa, Myanmar and Laos. Later, he shared tariff letters sent to leaders of other countries, including Thailand, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Tunisia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbia and Cambodia.
You have the desire to do another strike on Iran.
Another what?
Another strike on Iran.
I hope we're not going to have to do that. I can't imagine wanting to do that. I can't imagine them wanting to do it. They want to meet. They want to meet. They want to work something out. No, they're different. They're very different now than they were 2 weeks ago.
Is there a date yet, sir, for the Iran talks, or a city? Do you know when and where the next round of Iran talks will be?
Well, I can tell you. I'd rather not say, but you'll be reading about it tomorrow or seeing it tomorrow.
Ratan Gabra from Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar has achieved the remarkable feat of securing all India rank 1 in the recent CA final examination, results for which were announced by the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India ICAI on Sunday. Kapra, who scored an impressive 516 out of 600 marks, attributed his success to a clear understanding of subject concepts, consistent efforts and hard work. This is not Kapra's first national triumph. He previously secured All India rank 1 in the CA intermediate examination and topped the common proficiency test, making him the first from Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar and the wider region to achieve AIR1 in the CA examination. This year, around 80 students from Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar qualified for the CA examination, which was held in May.
बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी हो रही है इस चीज़ के लिए और पूरे फैमिली के लिए प्राउड मोमेंट है। नहीं, ऐसा तो नहीं, मतलब इंटरमीडिएट और फाउंडेशन में फर्स्ट रैंक आया था, तो ऐसा था कि टॉप 50 रैंकर्स में तो आ सकते हैं, बट ऐसा फर्स्ट रैंक है बड़ी बात है। हाँ, मेरे पापा वाज द इंस्पिरेशन एंड मोटिवेशन बिहाइंड दिस। हाँ जी, बिल्कुल। आर्टिकलशिप के टाइम तो मैंने कंटिन्यूसली जिस हिसाब से टाइम मिलता था ऑफिस वगैरह से, उस हिसाब से पढ़ाई की एंड ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ जो 4 मंथ का लीव मुझे मिला था उसमें भी एक प्रॉपर टाइम टेबल बना के पढ़ाई की थी। इन सभी के लिए एक ही मैसेज है कि आप कंसिस्टेंटली अगर पढ़ाई करते हैं और एक पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड के साथ पढ़ाई करते हैं तो इतना भी डिफिकल्ट या टफ कोर्स नहीं है। आप सही रिसोर्सेस, सही क्वेश्चन, सही आंसर, सही प्रैक्टिस के साथ इसे अच्छे से क्रैक कर सकते हैं। फ्यूचर में अभी तो मेरा ट्रेनिंग इनकम्प्लीट है, तो एक बार ट्रेनिंग कंप्लीट करने के बाद आई विल टेक अ कॉल।
The Israel Defense Forces on Monday confirmed eliminating Hamas naval commander Ramzi Ramadan Ali Salih in northern Gaza. IDF confirmed 2 other members of the Palestinian militant group. IDF tweeted and confirmed that the terrorist Ramzi Ramadan BT Ali Salih was eliminated by the IDF in Gaza City. Salih was a significant source of knowledge within Hamas and in recent weeks was involved in planning and advancing maritime terrorist attacks against IDF troops operating in Gaza. Hissam Ayman Atiyah Mansour, deputy head of Hamas mortar shell array cell, and Nissim Muhammad Suleiman Abu Sabah, a terrorist in Hamas mortar shell array, were also eliminated by Hamas. Israeli forces have operated inside the Gaza Strip for over 20 months now since Hamas targeted Israel on October 7, 2023. The Hamas attack left 1,200 people dead and 250 people were taken hostage. Jawaharlal Nehru University Students' Union President Nitish Kumar was rushed to Safdarjung Hospital on Monday night after he complained of severe chest pain. Kumar, along with several students, has been on an indefinite hunger strike for over a week, demanding reversal of recent policy decisions related to PhD admissions and hostel accommodations. In a statement, the JNUSU said that they have demanded immediate attention to his health and the just demands of the students. The administration's silence in the face of a serious health emergency is unacceptable. The union said Kumar had gone without food for several days as part of the protest and his condition deteriorated rapidly. The indefinite hunger strike began on June 26, with students demanding the reinstatement of JNU's in-house entrance exam, JNUEE, for PhD admissions instead of relying solely on the UGC NET and CUET mechanism. Students have also demanded the withdrawal of eviction notices issued to PhD scholars and the assurance of hostel accommodation until completion of thesis submission. While the university has stated that financial and logistical constraints make it difficult to hold separate entrance exams for all departments, it has agreed to conduct JNUEE only for cinema studies and Korean studies. Admissions to other PhD programs will be based on national eligibility tests. The admission has also announced a second PhD admission cycle in December and agreed to extend hostel stay for scholars in the final stages of submission. Despite these steps, the JNUSU has alleged that the administration remains unresponsive to the broader set of student concerns. Several students participating in the protests have reported health complications. The union has reiterated its demand for a dialogue with administration and want that it will intensify the agitation if the demands remain unmet. Pjp MP Nishikant Dubey on Monday accused the Congress party of being responsible for the rise of Bhindranwale for taking help from the British Army during Operation Blue Star in 1984. He also alleged that Congress had committed multiple injustices against the Sikh community. Speaking to NI, Dubey said that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Britain had written a letter to the Ministry of Home Affairs in 1984. Operation Blue Star happened in June 1984. This letter is dated February 1984. It is clearly written there that India asked for technical and physical help and our British people had gone there. Congress was planning to attack the Golden Temple for 6 months. He further claimed that during an investigation, it was discovered that an Indian army carried out this action under the leadership of the British Army. Dubey said that Congress was responsible for 3 major injustices against Sikhs.
वो लेटर इंटरनल लेटर है जो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स जो ब्रिटेन का है उसने मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स को लिखा। कोई कमेटी जो है जांच कर रही होगी। तो जून में आपको पता है कि ऑपरेशन ब्लू स्टार हुआ 1984 में। ये फरवरी 1984 की चिट्ठी है जिसमें साफ लिखा हुआ है कि भारत ने हमसे मदद मांगी है। टेक्निकल, फिजिकल और जो एक लड़ाई का जो SAS का जो मदद है वो उसने मांगी है और हमने दिया है। हमारे लोग वहां गए हैं और स्वर्ण मंदिर पर जो आप समझिए कि 6 महीने पहले से स्वर्ण मंदिर पर अटैक करने का जो है कांग्रेस ने प्लान बना रखा था। ये सबसे सीरियस है। दूसरा, आपको पता है कि वो कमेटी जांच की और उस कमेटी में पता चला कि उस वक्त जो है ब्रिटेन के पूरी की पूरी आर्मी के जो सीनियर अफसर्स थे वो उनकी देखरेख में जो है भारतीय सेना इस तरह से कर सके। इस तरह से कोई करता है? भिंडरावाले को आपने पैदा किया और भिंडरावाले को पैदा करने के बाद आपने निहत्थे सिखों को जो है सबसे जो धार्मिक संस्था है सिखों की, स्वर्ण मंदिर से ज्यादा धार्मिक तो कुछ है नहीं, वहां आपने अटैक कर दिया, उसमें भी विदेशी सेना के साथ मिलकर, ब्रिटेन की सेना के साथ मिलकर। 3 काम ऐसे किए सिखों के साथ अन्याय किया कांग्रेस ने, जो न भूलने वाली घटना है। सबसे पहले 47 में जब करतारपुर साहब दे दिया, पूरा का पूरा अकाली दल से लेके पूरा पंजाब परेशान हो गया, पूरा एजिटेशन चला। 60 में फाइनल नेगोशिएशन हुआ, गृह मंत्री और विदेश मंत्री सरदार स्वर्ण सिंह ने थे, लेकिन सरदारों ने यह काम किया और स्वर्ण सिंह जी ने यह काम किया, इसलिए केएम शेख और स्वर्ण सिंह जी के बीच समझौता हो गया 1960 में, जिसमें करतारपुर साहब को परमानेंटली पाकिस्तान को दे दिया। दूसरी घटना यह हुई कि जब ये ऑपरेशन ब्लू स्टार, मतलब ये तो 84 के फरवरी की हमने चिट्ठी दी, इसका मतलब 82-83 से जो सिख एक्सट्रीजम बढ़ रहा था, भिंडरावाले को पैदा किया था ये काम करना है, तो जैल सिंह जी को राष्ट्रपति बना दिया और स्वर्ण मंदिर पर अटैक कर दिया ब्रिटेन के साथ मिलकर। और तीसरा, आपको पता है कि इंदिरा जी की हत्या के बाद, दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण हत्या के बाद, जब सिख दंगे हुए और कांग्रेस के नेताओं ने चुन चुन कर सिखों को मारा, खासकर दिल्ली में, तो क्या किया? 2004 में जब कांग्रेस को मौका मिला तो मनमोहन सिंह जी को जो है प्रधानमंत्री बना दिया, क्योंकि उस वक्त जो है नानावती कमीशन आ गया था। सारे कमीशन जो है कह रहे थे उसमें जगदीश टाइटलर को बचाना था, HKL भगत को बचाना था, सज्जन कुमार को बचाना था। और आपको पता है कि जब तक मोदी जी की सरकार नहीं बनी तब तक ये सभी जो है बाहर ही घूमते रहे। तो ये जो 3 है, सरदार स्वर्ण सिंह, जैल सिंह जी और मनमोहन सिंह जी, इन तीनों का जो है केवल सिखों को एक कठपुतली के तौर पर कांग्रेस, गांधी, नेहरू परिवार ने जो है उपयोग किया। और ये सबसे दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण घटना है जो आज मैंने ट्वीट किया कि ऑपरेशन ब्लू स्टार में आपने ब्रिटेन के सेना के साथ मिलकर स्वर्ण मंदिर को तहस-नहस किया।
India's defense innovation takes a giant leap with the indigenous mounted gun system MGS, now unveiled in Nagar, Maharashtra. Developed under the leadership of DRDO, this powerful truck-mounted artillery system combines heavy firepower with unmatched mobility. Built with contributions from Indian industries, TBSUs and leading academic institutions, the MGS is capable of operating in rugged terrains from deserts to mountains. Its unique design allows for gradient climbing, trench crossing and superior crew protection, making it a game changer for the Indian Armed Forces.
So this is a mounted gun system. It is a 155-52 caliber gun. These guns are there for quite long time, but they are on a towed. These are on a towed gun platforms. Towed gun means the gun will be separate and the primer will be separate. This will be towed and then it is deployed. And to either to deploy or to retrieve, it is a cumbersome exercise. It is difficult to in the war scenario because the present day of the surveillance systems, you can easily locate this from where the firing is coming. So it is important to shoot and scoot facility should be there for the guns. So that's what we have given to this for this MGS, where you can quickly go there. In 80 seconds you can deploy, and 85 seconds you can retrieve the gun and get away from that place. So that gives an added advantage to fire also, and also to safeguard yourself. That is.
It is indigenous gun and it is also produced.
Yeah, it is totally indigenous. Almost 85% of the indigenous content in as a first prototype itself, which achieved 85%, and then it has got a capability to potential to export.
So what will be the impact on the services of this gun?
They are eagerly waiting for this MGS. They are already looking for this MGS for quite long time. So this is the first prototype where you can actually, the army can look at it and evaluate themselves. The RFPs what have been floated by army, and against the GS-square released by them in 2022. So this gun meets the entire GS-square parameters what the army has given.
So if you talk about the cost and what is your plan to make it fast and in future, sir?
No, since we have developed this only to make it, development timelines to reduce and also to ensure that the production is streamlined the moment we complete our internal the trials by Army, where we go to the production level. To keep pace with that, we have gone to a model of DCPP. So that DCPP mode we have developed this. We have a industry partner, Bharat Forge Limited. So the moment the trials are over, we are in a position to productionize this. As far as the cost, what you have asked for it, then this gun will be roughly around 15 crores as on today. If the gun which we have produced, if you take out the development cost and all, so roughly it will be of 15 crores order. Whereas if you import this gun as on today, roughly it will be around 35 to 40 crores.
So how many crew members are operating this at this MSG vehicle?
This will be 6 people will be there. 6 crew members.
That's all we have for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.